Wow, for 5 straight months now, even 6 or 7 months straight, like literally, you can predict to the percentage of dip the stock will do. Because what the heck is happening today, man? What actually happened today? If you look at the chart, and I mentioned this on my video earlier when I was talking about why stocks are still falling for the 6th consecutive trading session. And I mentioned something that I believe also applies to AMC Stock. Look, at the very first hour of the trading session, the stock gained 10%, went above $20. But somehow, like always, we saw a pullback, and then another pullback, and then an attempt to go back up, and then another barcoding. Still, we saw this like harsh boom pullback. And if you look at what the market has done today, it's pretty similar. If you look at, this is the S&P 500, this is the Dow Jones, pretty similar. If you look at here, you will see this is the Nasdaq, pretty similar. Same thing with the Russell 2000. If you take other stocks, you will see that is the exact same pattern. Stock that were up 5% ended down in the red, 3%, some 5% as well. So what the heck is happening? There is no bad news. There is no bad news affecting the price of AMC. Maybe I missed something. Maybe, I don't know. I haven't seen anything. Inflation is still, nothing has changed, right? But why in the heck are they trying so hard? What happened today actually confirms again what we already know. What we already know is there are a group of people, there are, a group of individuals or companies or parties in the market actually making sure they get exactly what they want. Because tomorrow is the very first day of the options contract for 2022. And bunch of these options are those that people bought for like 6 months ago, 8 months ago. Most of them, not all of them, most of them. That's why we had so much options contract already in the money as of $23 or something. I think it was about 100,000 contracts. We're talking about millions and millions, dozens of millions of shares. But since the last 5 days, since the last 5 days, since Friday, they tried hard at the $23 mark, exactly where we needed to close in order for these dozens of millions of shares to be bought. It slowly went down, and we are down 22%. There was an attempt to rebound, but hey, if we let it run like they did today, it's gonna attract fear of missing out. It's gonna give so much more interest into people pushing the price higher in order for those option contracts to close in the money, to cause a gamma squeeze, so that next week the price could go down to the 25 or maybe the 30. You don't know, or maybe higher. Nobody knows. But the thing is, because they didn't want this to run as they did with the entire market, they made sure that bunch of these contracts will be worthless. Like bunch of people will lose money, so that they have to pay at least the least amount of money out of their pocket in order to honor those contracts, especially also when it comes to the FTDs, the fail to delivers. It doesn't surprise me if the fail to deliver on AMC is astronomical. It's like it's just an entire other world just on its own. But it doesn't change the whole narrative, because they are still not covering. They are still not covering. They are still not doing what they have to do. Because I'm going to share with you on some other videos coming later today and tonight that we do have signs that the hedge fund business is still struggling, and things are not going to change even for those who are making decent returns for the clients. And that's going to also cause another domino effect that ultimately will impact the share price of AMC. So if you ask me, because things have not changed despite what we're seeing now, these are just, mind games that market makers play, that, these big banks and the big boss on Wall Street with the big pockets play in order to screw the retail investor. It's not going to last any longer, because what is coming this year, especially, we talked about this many times, interest rate increasing is not going to be a good thing for them. So much more news to come after later tonight and later today. And we're going to discuss even more why now is not the time to panic, because things are getting even more juicier. So I'll see you next one, folks.